Hey guys, Sean, Leslie Liver Dummies. Well, it's about time I do magnetic detents in my M17. No stranger to magnetic detents. I've been using them in my HTP 50 for a couple of years. I did experiment in the M17, but at the time I only had riot balls, which are not, the steel is just, the outer casing is too thick for a magnet to be useful. And then Grimburg Julv3 came out. I'm expecting them in the next week or 2 weeks. So in anticipation of me receiving those projectiles, I purchased these projectiles a few weeks ago off Amazon. These are just some cheap rubber balls. They are steel powder infused, which makes them magnetic. Why a magnet, you ask? Well, problem with the SMG magwell that you see here, so I love running these stick mags, is no matter the magazine, if it's a 10 round, you can shoot 9. If it's a 7 round, you can shoot 6, so on and so on. You're always one less shot than you can load in your magazine. And the reason is it's a ball on deck system, so ball in the breech, and ball is sitting kind of just below it here. So the follower doesn't quite push that last ball all the way up. And if I can get it to stay, which I won't be able to, this one fires, and this one just never makes it all the way up. Magnets can solve that problem. So I'll just put one in here. See the ball fall out? Now, we'll do just a test run with this big stack of magnets I got here. Just gonna push them into the hopper port plug. These are 10 millimeter diameter by 3 millimeter thick neo magnets. They fit perfectly in here. These magnets do two things. First, it's gonna make sure that last ball gets drawn up into the breech. So I should have a full 10 rounds. The second thing I'm hoping it might do is, so the Grimburg FAR projectiles are also magnetic, so they have steel powder in them. I'm hoping that they might just allow me to shoot shape projectiles on a more regular basis. As you know, I am a round ball kind of guy. Round balls just work all the time, and that's kind of what we're after here. These have to work. But I do love a good shape projectile. Now, if you watch, I'll pull the magnet. And out comes a ball. Pretty simple explanation there. So this is easy. Grab your 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench. Take your hopper port plug out. Here is how I should have demonstrated what happened. So one ball in the magazine. Now that my hopper port plug is removed, you can see the detent there on the side. Just catch it. Well, the ball is down there, not even close to the breech. So having the magnet here draws that ball up where it needs to be. I got some rubbing alcohol here, just for good measure, just to clean this out, because you know, we are adding silicone oil to our markers all the time. I want to make sure this stuff dries. This is just super glue, nothing fancy. Here is my black magnets, Doug. And these are, again, 10 millimeter diameter by 3 millimeter thickness. I'm just gonna do a check here, make sure that they do in fact go as far as they can to the bottom there. They do. And we'll just double check that our ball is going to work. There we go. Obviously, that's excessive amount of magnets, but I need to be able to press this down. Now you're probably wondering, why am I gluing this in? Well, as I said, I had experimented with magnets before in the M17, and I just stuck them in, just like this. And the first shot, boom, they all went flying out. So the theory here is the first magnet's just gonna be glued down, the rest are just gonna be stacked on top. Just one drop is all you need. So I'm gonna kind of mush it on there and smear it around so it covers the, really the entire magnet. See if you can kind of see there. Looks pretty good. And shove it in. And press it down. I want to make sure it's seated as far as it can go. I'm going to press and hold it. For 30 seconds. So they say. All right, elapsed time, 30 seconds. Now I gotta wait 24 hours to show you guys. How does it work? Well, it's the next day, folks. There she is. Hasn't quite been 24 hours, but you know, 20 hours is close enough. What you didn't see me do was, after I had pressed and set this, I put an extra drop in here, you know, just to whatever, give it some added thickness. It's good to go. Let's give it a shot. Let's just do a dry run on the desk here. So I'm gonna put it back in the hole. Well, first off, you can take off the excess magnets. So there you go. That's what you're left with. Now what you should see is a ball on the end. That means it's working. That's good. Again, pull the mag out, nothing. Ball's on the stick. Tighten this up here. And we'll go test fire. We're gonna load 10 rounds into this and we'll see, can I get the full 10 shots that I should be getting. 10 rounds. Oh, I love the smell of these balls. Got 10 in there. Remember, Zeta Mag must release the mag. It is released. While I'm getting this ready here, I want to give a shout out to a few people. Tom over at Free State Less Lethal. I will put his channel link in the video description down below. He was really the first one to put this on video, and he has some great videos testing magnets in his M17. He tested riot balls. They didn't work very good. I knew that. Also, Doug, you know who you are. Another fellow that followed up from Tom's video and did the magnets, and CK from the Facebook group. I know not everybody gets the recognition that they deserve, and anybody who's tried this already, I can only give shout outs to anybody who's put it out there. And if you know something that you're not telling the rest of us, you should tell us, because it helps the community. Marker's charged. I have 10 rounds in here. I'll also like to say there are many other ways you could get these magnets to stick in here. You could print this hopper port plug with some sort of, you know, little catch that locks the magnets in. You could use a roll pin to lock them in. Super glue was Doug's idea and I'm rolling with it. So Doug, if it fails, only got one person to blame here. Not gonna chrono these, just to see that it works. We'll count them out though. 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing is crazy loud today. My ears are ringing. 5. You know what? This is the first time I ever fired these rubber projectiles. Maybe I'll chrono 1. And this is a Grimburg 7-inch barrel. I think these are 6.4 grams. 406. What was that? 6? 7. 8. 9. 10? 10. Let's just do a dry fire, make sure my count is on today. Dry fire. Hey-o! Dang. Well, that solves the age-old problem of the SMG magwell. But it only works with projectiles that are magnetic, not magnetized. The balls themselves, let's get that straight, are not magnets. They're just have metal infused powder in them. So, Grimburg, if you're watching, I am waiting for my projectiles patiently. Oh. And they didn't come flying out. Doug, the glue held. Well, guys, again, hope that was useful for you guys. I know you noticed that it wasn't my human stock on here. That one is under the knife right now, so stay tuned. Oh, I'll put the magnet sizes in the description. It'll be Canadian links. So if you're, somewhere else, you're gonna have to do a little bit of digging yourself, but they're just from Amazon.